In a recent piece for the conservative outlet The Bulwark, conservative Never Trump writer Amanda Carpenter actually made the case that Donald Trump is somehow making the January 6th committee's case against him so much worse. In fact, he's basically proving their case every time he goes out there and talks. And I happen to, by the way, 100% agree with what Miss Carpenter has put forward. And she basically explains it with these three tenets. Here's how Donald Trump, of course, is still making the January 6th committee's case against him for them. He's still targeting Mike Pence. He's still defending the rioters. And he's still using insightful rhetoric. So let me read this part. Trump has responded by insisting the election was stolen from him, that former Vice President Mike Pence really had the power to keep Trump in office, and that January 6 rioters are being unfairly prosecuted, all of which underscores the committee's central point that the threat to democracy continues as Trump and his supporters still deny the outcome of the 2020 election and what took place on January 6. Trump may not be testifying to the committee, but his public reaction to the committee's work should not be ignored. What Trump is saying basically makes him a witness against himself. Again, 100% agree. On top of just agree, I've actually already said that as well. Because that is what Donald Trump has been doing for the last few weeks. Every time the committee comes out and shows all of this, bombshell testimony, depositions, evidence, all of that, Trump will come out and say, yes, that all happened, and that still happens, and I believe this all. Leaving the entire world to be like, dude, you're not even fighting back against the committee. You're straight up agreeing with them. You're just saying that there's nothing wrong with what you did. Like, you're not actually denying any of the horrific things that have been revealed. You're just trying to justify them. And that's very bad. And of course, I believe that is what is playing such a huge role in all of these former allies abandoning Trump, including, by the way, candidates who Donald Trump has endorsed. And to me, honestly, that's probably the biggest part of all of this. People like Dr. Oz have already shifted their messaging away from, tying themselves to Donald Trump. And instead, we're going to talk about the issues. Yeah, we don't want to talk about our ties to this guy. Thanks for the endorsement. If you could just shut up, maybe don't come to this area anymore. We appreciate it, but we don't want any rallies. We just, we got some work to do. So if you don't mind, that's basically what's happening to Donald Trump right now. His allies that, stay in his little orbit don't want anything to do with this. Republican strategists, Republican pollsters, Republican operatives, they're all saying, yeah, this is kind of the end for Donald Trump here. Fox News hosts, including Brian Kilmeade, calling him out for this. Trump doesn't bounce back from this. I actually am convinced at this point Trump doesn't bounce back. We're going to get something much worse than Donald Trump. Don't get me wrong about that. But Trump himself, I think it's over for him. And a big reason for that is exactly as Carpenter points out in her piece. It's because he's making their case for them by basically turning into a witness against himself. This is Hattie. Hattie wants to know why you have not subscribed to our channel. You obviously like our videos, so do us a favor and subscribe.